unexpected, but I accepted with some sort of trepidation. I didn't realize that I had contributed that much to the society. Nevertheless, I will continue to work in this capacity and in any capacity that the society wants me to. Thank you very much.
Slides. Slides. Oh, they're there. Oh, okay. You know, it's a great meeting, but I just wanted to point out to you that there's some things that have been omitted. And I come from the Texas Gulf Coast, and we think the oyster is very important. And I don't know whether any of you have been contemplating the oyster at all or not, but I do, and I think it's very interesting. How do you advance this? There it is, and this is what an oyster looks like. You know, the oyster really is very talented. It's multidimensional. It does a lot of very important things. It purifies water, it creates reefs, it produces pearls. Has very important commercial culinary uses, of course, as you all know. And actually, it's a keystone species. And what that really means is there's a lot of things that are very dependent. Other species are very dependent on the oyster that wouldn't do well if the oyster didn't exist. And I'd like to suggest to you that there's some people like that. And one of these is Don Schoen. Don is very talented. He does a lot of things, at times underappreciated. He has been known to occasionally produce a pearl. And I think, whether you realize it or not, he's kind of a keystone species when it comes to interventional nephrology, through his role with the committees that he's on, the coding committee and the public policy committee. I don't think there's an interventional nephrologist here who has not benefited from the hard work that he has done. And for that reason, we want to present to him the Lifetime Achievement Award. Don was fortunate enough to be born in Michigan, and anybody born in Michigan, if you ask them where they're from, they always hold up their hand. And I'm not sure exactly where on there he's actually from, but he probably showed it later. He went to the University of Michigan, where he graduated summa cum laude. I've always been so honest with that. But he then went to medical school at Yale, did his internship and residency at the University of Pennsylvania, and did nephrology at Yale. He then did 2 years of private practice in Michigan, and then had the wisdom to move to Phoenix in 1981, where he joined the Arizona Kidney Disease and Hypertension Center, and played a very important role in that group as it grew to be actually one of the largest nephrology practices in the United States, and has been very important and very outstanding in the area of interventional nephrology, as you know. He started in interventional nephrology in 1998, actually wrote one of the first papers on fistula thrombectomy. At that time, if a fistula thrombosed, it was generally abandoned. He was one of the first to show that that was folly and that it could be salvaged with a high expectation of success. He's been involved with with ASM from the very first meeting that we had. I actually still have the minutes of the very first meeting. Here's enough. Don made the first motion. Not really surprised by that. He's always been, trying to improve things. He's a member of the RPA Board of Directors. He has played a number of roles in ASDN, but most recently and very importantly, been chair of Public Policy Committee and co-chair of the Coding Committee. That's kind of his biography, but that doesn't really tell you who he is. There's some people that are givers and there's some people that are takers. In Texas, we call those putter-inners and taker-outers. And Don has really been a putter-inner. And I think in that regard, what I mean by that is not only does he work to accomplish things and do things, but he also works in a nurturing sort of way. And I think if you've ever observed Don when he's talking to some fellows or some people that are just getting interested or just beginning in interventional nephrology, you know what I'm talking about. We had our course yesterday, and he was involved, and he's always very encouraging, very supportive, and is never disparaging. Here he is with his 3 sons, who he takes great pride in, his grandkids, who's the pride of his life, but this is the picture that I like the best. I think this really says a lot about not only who he is, but what he is. And if I can go back a moment, I'd like to also point out to you this lady here. That's Mrs. Schoen, and is Mrs. Schoen here? Yeah. I'm going to get Dr. Urbanus to escort. We all call her Esther. Everybody knows Ms. Schoen calls her Esther. And if you get to know her, you'll quickly realize that Don married way above himself. There's some things that not many people know about Don. He actually has a private chauffeur that drives him around, and he's very well connected in high places. But I think we all have the ambition of making a difference, and I think that there's no question what Don has made a difference, and it's a great privilege and a source of great pride to me to be able, on behalf of ASN, to present to him the Lifetime Achievement Award.
We apologize to both Don and Cam. The awards were delayed by weather, and will be coming back. If anyone's ever picked them up, they're about 10 pounds, so in fact you're ahead of the game by not having to carry it back. Please say a word now.
It's a complete surprise, so I'm really kind of speechless. But giving the award to me ignores a lot of people. Mary Lee and her staff, we couldn't do a damn thing without them. All the people who work on these committees around me, and most importantly, every time that we have needed help, and we send out a call to you guys,